Hello everyone, it's Katya Paprika again, and today I have prepared a selection of dishes for vegans or those who are fasting, which will include simple and quick recipes for breakfast, lunch and dinner. After watching the video, I also recommend going to the playlist with fasting recipes, and we start with the first recipe, and it will be a pumpkin apple porridge. Take a pumpkin, I have a butternut variety, and clean it from the skin and seeds. We need 500 grams of already prepared and cleaned pumpkin pulp. Cut into arbitrary pieces so that the pumpkin cooks faster, and send it to the foil and into the oven. Cook the pumpkin until soft. It took me 30 minutes at 180 degrees. While the pumpkin cools, prep the semolina mixture. We will need the zest from one apple, which can be obtained with a grater, and the juice of the whole apple. Now all the ingredients are prepared and you can start kneading the dough. First, the semolina needs to be soaked in a bowl with water, apple juice, and immediately add the zest there. The semolina should stand for 30 minutes and swell. Blend the cooked pumpkin in a blender to turn it into a puree. I add oil right away to make the puree blend easier and more evenly. We send this puree to the cooled semolina. We add flour. I have zucchini. You can take any and immediately add a flavoring to taste. You can replace the syrup with honey and mix well. Grease the mold with oil. I have a size of 24 by 16 centimeters, and we send the dough into the mold, smoothing it over the entire surface. We send it to the oven at 180 degrees for 45 minutes to 55. It took me 55 minutes, and I advise to let the finished pie cool down completely first. Then the dough will be more crumbly due to the use of cornmeal and corn flour. The pie turns out to be very aromatic. The sweetness of the pumpkin is felt, the notes of citrus are clearly felt, and we also didn't use sugar with you, which is undoubtedly a plus. I highly recommend this bake, and we move on to the next recipe. Let's prepare zucchini porridge-palenta with peanut paste. Palenta is very similar to semolina, only it's not wheat but corn. We cook it in plant-based milk or water, often in a ratio of 1:4, but I prefer 1:5 or even 1:6. Add salt to taste and a large tablespoon of peanut paste without additives. We slowly pour the polenta, stirring with milk. And now I have 500 milliliters of milk and 100 grams of grits. Constantly stirring the porridge, we cook it for a minute at a high boil. Then the porridge will thicken and will start to burn, so we remove it from the heat, cover it with a lid and let it finish cooking for 5 minutes in the residual heat. When serving, you can add some pasta, although it already has a delicious nutty flavor. This gives you additional healthy fats and plant protein, which are necessary during fasting. You can add tamarind syrup or honey. Now let's prepare a couple of salads for a few minutes. The first salad we need is canned beans, Korean carrots and cornichons. All we need to do is slice the cucumbers. We do this as thinly as a carrot. In a bowl, we combine equal parts of cucumber, Korean-style carrots and beans. We'll add a few drops of fragrant oil for aroma, and no more spices are needed. There's already enough in the pickles and cucumbers. It's a simple but such a tasty salad, especially delicious to serve with potatoes. Another quick salad will be with zucchini and croutons. You will need canned beans, canned corn croutons and fresh cucumber. We cut the cucumber into small cubes and combine in a bowl in equal proportions cucumber, zucchini, canned or boiled beans, croutons and mayonnaise. You can find the vegan mayonnaise recipe in the description link. I don't add any spices. I have salted croutons, but if desired, you can add spices and green onions. Next, we will prepare the pasta in a stunning pumpkin sauce. We will roast the pumpkin, bell pepper and garlic for the sauce. Roasted garlic doesn't leave any smell after eating because it has been baked, so you can take more cloves. The tastiest thing is to roast vegetables on the grill, in an air fryer or over a fire. I cut it into pieces and bake it in air fryer mode to get a small black crust. Or send it to the oven at 200 degrees for about 25 minutes. We need a soft pepper with such a crust, but you need to remove the skin. While we are preparing the sauce, we are boiling the pasta in parallel. We send pumpkin pepper cleaned from the pulp and garlic to the blender. We add salt, smoked paprika for a stronger taste of fire-cooked food, and hot pepper. While whipping the sauce, we add water from the pasta, boiling at this moment little by little, achieving a slightly softer consistency. We add our aromatic sauce to the cooked pasta and stir. Vegetables roasted to a crisp, stewed bell peppers, garlic, all give a very tasty combination. You will definitely not remain indifferent. Now let's prepare a very tasty smoothie for a snack or dessert. You will need an apple. I have a green one, but with a red one it turns out to be sweeter and richer in taste. We get rid of the peel and the seeds. For more satiety and thickness, we add half a banana, and we add the taste of baking with oat flakes and cinnamon as well as peanut butter. We blend all the ingredients with a blender. Apple, banana, cinnamon, oats, peanut butter and plant-based milk. Whisk until homogeneous. This amount is enough for 2 servings. This smoothie variant is called apple strudel and it really tastes like apple pie. It's convenient not only to make for dessert but also to take with you for a snack. And we move on to the recipe for a simple soup with zucchini. Just after preparing the salad, I had half a can of zucchini left with which we will prepare a very simple soup. We chop all the vegetables into equal small cubes. Onion, carrot, potato and bell pepper. It's tastier to first saute the vegetables in a small amount of oil, but you can also put them directly into boiling water. I saute the carrot with onion and add water from the kettle so that the water boils immediately. Next, we send the pepper with potatoes and canned cucumber straight into the water from the can. We add salt, a little red pepper and dried basil. Boil the soup until the potatoes are soft and it can be served at the table. If desired, add some greens. The soup is cooked in minutes and can be eaten right away. And we're preparing the last dish. It's funchoza with Peking cabbage. We'll need 2 portions of dry funchoza, which will soak for 5 minutes. While that's happening, we'll cut the vegetables. Take half of a small Peking cabbage and slice it thinly. Also slice half of a bell pepper thinly. Drain the water from the fungus. It needs to be cut, it's too long. Just cut it with culinary scissors or a knife. Add a little oil to the heated pan. Send the cabbage with pepper and Korean carrot. It will save us time and give additional spices to the dish. To avoid using too much oil, add a little chicken broth so the dish isn't dry. Fry for 3 minutes and add soy sauce. The amount depends on the thickness and concentration. It's better to add later to the finished dish than to overdo it at once and oversalt. We also add dry garlic, cumin and chili pepper. And then we add the funchoza. We mix it, let the noodles soak up the sauce, get infused with the flavors. Hold it on the fire for a couple more minutes and you can turn off the stove. It's very tasty to add some green onions when serving, but unfortunately I didn't have any at the time of filming, but you must try this recipe with green onions. That's all from me. Don't forget to like this video. I would appreciate it if you could share this video on your social networks. And I remind you that in the description you will find the full recipe as well as a link to the post-dinner playlist and as promised, the post-dinner mayonnaise recipe. You were with Katya Paprika. Let's eat delicious and healthy food. See you in the next video.